Hi, I'm Kade.
And I'm Bobby.
And welcome to the Newstead Group's Explainer series.
Okay, so let's talk about offset accounts. Kade, what is an offset account?
Yeah, it's just an account that's linked to your home loan. So you can either have 1, 2, 3, depending on which bank you're with. And essentially, you have a debit card connected. So think of like an everyday savings account that's linked specifically to your home loan.
So there must be some kind of benefit to having an offset account then.
Yeah, definitely. Well, besides having a new internet banking portal, the other thing about offset accounts that's really handy is that the way that interest accrues on a home loan is daily. So if you have a loan of, say, 500,000, that's accruing interest every day. A very small amount of the interest that you get charged every month, but still accruing daily. The amount of money that you have in your offset account actually offsets the amount of interest that's being accrued. As an example, let's say you've got a $500,000 home loan and you've got $500,000 in your offset account. I know it's a pretty rare scenario. You wouldn't be paying anything in interest on your home loan. That's the benefit.
Amazing. So does that mean that your monthly repayments would be zero?
No, the monthly repayments still stay the same, but the principal on your home loan reduces quicker. So let's say, for example, you've got a 30-year loan term, you've got that $500,000 in your offset account and $500,000 as your loan balance. You're not paying any interest to the bank, which means every repayment you make as your minimum repayment is reducing the home loan at 100%. It's extremely beneficial. It just basically means that you're paying off the loan significantly faster without the bank taking as much advantage of you essentially paying money in interest.
Amazing. Cool.
Yeah.
So you've covered the benefits of an offset account there. Huge, by the way.
Yeah, massive. Yeah.
So are there any notable negatives?
There's a few. Offset accounts generally do cost money in the ways of package fees. A lot of banks don't charge a package fee, but there are quite a few out there that do. And that can really scale from about $10 a month per offset or $248 per annum, $395 per annum. It just depends which bank you go through. So you generally will want a bit of money in your offset account when going with one of those banks that charge an annual fee or a monthly fee in order to offset that cost. And that's one of the biggest negatives. The other negatives as well is that a lot of fixed rate home loans, if you like a set repayment, you generally can't add an offset account to that unless it's through specific banks.
Okay.
It can be quite annoying because sometimes when you go from renting a property to buying a place, you want to have a bit of a fixed term where you get your bearings and have a fixed repayment. And when you have that fixed repayment, that's a pretty big negative to not be able to have an offset account to it. But besides that, the only other negative is that some banks only offer maybe one offset account per loan. And I don't know about you, but when I manage my money, I like to have a few different accounts. Yeah, one for savings, it's just different structuring.
Yeah, and if you can park those funds and it's all working to your advantage while they're sitting there, happy days. So
super handy to have, a really good facility. And I would probably say at this point in time, and even generally in speaking with banking, probably about 80 to 90% of clients do actually have offset accounts because there is a significant benefit to holding even a small amount of savings in your offset account at all times.
And I suppose the ratio of principal versus interest at the beginning of a loan specifically, it's heavily leaning towards interest repayments at the start. So if you can get into some good patterns right at the start and start offsetting, it's a bit of a mindset shift from when you're saving up your deposit and earning interest in like a high interest savings account to moving it to reducing interest payable in an offset account. But if you can do that right from the start, you're setting up some really good beneficial habits.
Yeah, and that's a really good point that you've made as well, just about keeping that money in the offset account versus a high interest savings account. A lot of the time with high interest savings accounts, and please get tax advice where necessary, you end up paying tax on the profit that you generate from the high interest savings account, or it adds to your income. Mm-hmm. And when you actually save money on your offset account, you're actually saving a net benefit. So it's very beneficial, the fact that you're reducing your home loan quicker, and you're actually not really paying tax on the reduction of your owner-occupied loan. It's
building equity faster, it's paying less interest towards the bank.
Yeah, if your end goal is to have your place paid off, it's a very logical way of doing it.
Yeah. Cool. So who do offset accounts suit mostly?
Yeah, just anyone that can save enough money to cover the costs of it. Because there are some trade-offs to it. You could not have an offset account, and there's other solutions too. An offset account's more for money management. So if you can manage your money and you don't have a very, very, very simple household in the sense of living week to week or minimizing your savings, I guess an offset account really does come favorably to somebody that can just manage their money through multiple accounts or through one individual account And you do usually have some level of savings in your accounts.
Yep.
Yeah.
And do all banks and lenders offer products with offset accounts?
The majority do. I haven't really come across many that don't, but sometimes lenders like to benefit you for not going with an offset account too. Sometimes the rate can be a little bit higher as well when you have an offset account. But as brokers, that's what we do. We navigate through that and can find out which lenders can offer a favourable rate with an offset account in order to meet your requirements.